Hello, and welcome back to the Internal Energy Show with me, Minette, the Internal Energist, and my guest, Judy Cruden.
Hello.
And when we left, we were talking about consciousness and wellness and essential oils, and I know we touched a little briefly on the like the mind, body, spirit connection. And I know you have some programs coming up. I know one started today, right?
I did.
And that addresses those issues, right? Like holistically. And when I say holistic, I always mean like WHOL, whole.
Right.
What would it take us to return to the whole being again? Because it
Yes.
seems like there's a lot of times where we only treat symptoms, or we're part and pieced out to a bunch of different people. So to me, when we can address the whole mind, body, spirit connection, it really starts, for me, I know, to align me in to be in that flow of ease. So tell me about the program you have
Absolutely.
coming up.
So I call it 9 weeks to a better body within, and it's a lifestyle change program. So it's designed, first what we do is it's based on nutrition, because like I said earlier, good nutrition is the foundation for good health. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, in today's society, with our depleted soils, and we've got GMOs and processed foods, and a lot of our foods,
A lot of low frequency foods.
yeah, and a lot of our foods don't have the same food enzymes in them that they did 100 years ago. They just don't have the same nutrient density. So it's really important that we supplement our diet, as well as choosing to eat whole foods. So that's what the basis of this program is that I do. And so what we do is each week we have a prep week. So this week is the prep week for the class that we started. And so it kind of helps you get into the thought process of setting intentions for why you're doing this, so that you go into it with the right mindset. And then we teach you how to label read, and we give you a little bit of time to clear some of the stuff out of your cupboards that might be temptations when we start this whole program, because we don't want self-sabotage, right? Mm-hmm. We want success in the program. So then weeks 1 through 8, so the first week is prep week, and then weeks 1 through 8 of the actual program, each week we crowd something out of our lifestyle that isn't so healthy and add something in that is. So, and we kind of baby step you through the process. We have 3 different tracks, so you can choose which track works for you. Some people would like to release weight and be baby stepped through a gentle cleanse. Some people are already at their ideal weight, but would like to be baby stepped through a cleanse. And then some people are experienced cleansers. They've been through detox programs before, and they're ready to just give up everything right now and all 8 weeks. Mm-hmm. So what we do is we baby step you through getting rid of sugar from your diet, and in the process, each week, as we crowd something out and add something good in, we give you recipes, we give you education on what sugar does to the body, all the different names of sugar, so that you can learn how to read
That's
labels.
a huge one, and it has so many names. It's
So many
unbelievable.
names.
I know most people are familiar now that we're reading labels, or started to, with high fructose corn syrup, but even that has so many different names.
Well, I was going to say, now they're changing the name of that, because it's got such a negative connotation that now they're coming up with new names for high fructose corn syrup to hide it yet again. Some of these bigger food companies know that if it was just one ingredient, sugar, it would be listed as the first ingredient on many food products. So they put in 5 different kinds of sugar type foods
To
so
break
they can
it
break it
up.
up so that it's no longer the first ingredient listed.
It's genius.
It's genius in its
Mwahaha, evil villain genius.
Exactly. So we teach you how to label read, and then we talk about the difference between organic and GMO and
Before
what
we
GMO
move on from
is.
sugar, though, I do want to ask a question, because that's a big topic for a lot of people. I mean,
It's more
they put
addictive
sugar than crack. I mean, they
Yeah.
did those surveys with the rats, and then the
Yeah.
rats went, claw through whatever to get the sugar. And
Absolutely.
and you see people with such strong sugar cravings. So if someone out there is just looking to even maybe cut back on sugar, what do you recommend as a healthy alternative if they're looking, maybe something different put in their coffee or something different,
Right. So it really kind of depends on your end goal. So some people are ready to just completely eliminate sugar from their diet, which is not always easy to do, because it's found in so
It's
many
in everything,
things.
pretty
But stevia can be a good alternative, but once again, even stevia you have to label read, because some companies will
saw
have
that.
other ingredients in with the stevia.
I thought I was buying these stevia drops, and there was other stuff in there.
Yeah,
and I
so
thought, wow.
there's only one brand of stevia that I actually will trust to use. And I tell you the name of that in my program. And then, but sometimes molasses or honey, it really kind of depends on your end result. Agave, but
So those are more like low
brown rice
glycemic.
sugar. It depends. Some people need something that's low glycemic. Maybe they've got issues with their blood sugar levels and they need to be able to balance out those blood sugar levels. So we just kind of look, everybody's different.
So for
and every
for the
body is-
majority, then maybe honey and molasses might be better than sugar if you're just trying to take that baby step.
for sure.
Just to start, and I know the taste can be different, but at least that's a little step you can start to, maybe not buy the big bag of white granulated sugar, or and go, because I know for me it was slow. We used to have that white granulated sugar we bought all the time, and then we started buying the raw cane sugar.
Exactly, the turbinado sugar.
Yes, and then you realize, wow, they're not bleaching it. I thought sugar was white. No, that's the bleach and things they do to
Right.
that. So we started buying the raw, and now we use a lot of honey and agave.
And there's
things.
coconut sugar. So there are other alternatives out there, and initially it's a transition, but there always is when we're changing things,
something.
right? But what we do in this program is we give you lots of recipes and lots of ideas to baby step your way through it, so that you can make that transition and that change with ease.
Because having support is so crucial nowadays. I think that's why some of those bigger programs work, because they have someone, that they can come to, and they know they're not alone, that can say, hey, maybe
Absolutely.
try this, and here's some support.
And some of the things that we do during our program is we'll say, if you've got this comfort food that you just absolutely love and you don't really want to give it up, that's okay. Post in there what your favorite food is, and then let us help you make it a little healthier. So it can still be your comfort food, and it doesn't mean you have to eliminate everything. It's everything in moderation, right? So
Yes.
if there's a certain thing that maybe brings back a childhood memory of, having family dinners with grandma and grandpa or something like that, doesn't mean you have to cut it out of your life, but let's make it a little healthier. It doesn't have to be fried, and it doesn't, there's different ways to do things.
And she's got some amazing options. I went to that cooking with essential oils class, and I know you brought the cookbook on that too, but I like brownies. And your daughter made some amazing brownies that the protein in there was black beans.
And there was no sugar.
And there was no sugar, and it was made with the mint peppermint oil, and they were good.
Yeah, and if we hadn't told you that they were black bean brownies, you wouldn't have known,
No,
right?
no,
They were amazing.
They were really good.
And they're super easy to make. So we've got lots of little things like that. So you can still have,
You can still indulge a little, not feel completely, because to me that's a big part of a lot of stuff too, because when people feel that neglected and that deprived, it does that energy thing where their body, no matter how healthy they're eating, still feels, like it's being punished.
Yes. And a lot of our eating habits are sourced from our emotions, right?
Yes.
So if we can figure out what emotions are tied, so whenever we're craving something, kind of make a journal of how you're feeling and what time of day it was, and, whether you just got in a fight with somebody or whether you're happy or whatever the situation is, and see if you can start kind of identifying a pattern as to when you're having these particular cravings, and then we help you replace that particular not so great behavior with something different, so you can still
comfort yourself, but you
Yes.
identify the patterns where it might not be creating ease, where it might actually be doing more of a disservice than
Right.
comfort in the end.
right, because every single thing we put in our mouth is either hurting us or helping us. Every bite we take is either bringing us closer to good health or farther away from good health. So if we can look at it that way, and then make these little adjustments. So one of the things we do is people stop drinking coffee and sodas during this program.
No, I'm just kidding.
Right?
Coffee.
So
No.
a lot of people have that fear. So that's one of the beautiful things about this prep week is when we have the prep week plus week one, you really have 2 full weeks to kind of wean yourself off. And we've got so many great tips for how to do that.
So instead of coffee, more like tea and things like that. Because I do drink a lot of tea, green tea and things.
Actually,
Is that
there's-
bad too?
So that no, green tea's not bad, but during the program, anything that has caffeine,
Oh,
we
so it's the
eliminate.
stimulants.
So what we do though is there's I have 2 really favorites. There's something called Dandy Blend, and you can use Dandy Blend, and you can either make it really strong. And when you make it strong, it tastes like a coffee. If you make it weaker, it tastes like a tea. So you can still, but a lot of times it's not the coffee, it's the ritual that goes with the coffee. It's the morning conversation that you have with your coffee, or whatever it is, whatever
Yay,
ritual
get me
you've
through my
built
day. My daughter's got this shirt, and she's a nurse, and it says, "Okay, but coffee first," really big. Like, don't even talk to me until I've had my coffee.
So if you can still have the ritual, but replace it with something that's a little healthier. And then there's also chaga tea, which I love. It's my new favorite.
And there's no stimulants in that?
No,
Wow.
it's mushrooms.
Wow.
It's all made from mushrooms that are wild harvested in really Alaska and the really cold parts of Canada.
Wow, but there's a lot. I can just feel the rich nutrients in those places too. The
They're
land hasn't been so stripped.
amazing. And they go out and harvest them in the dead of winter. And anyway, it's my new favorite. I absolutely love it. And it has a slight detoxifying effect as well. So it's perfect for doing part of this, lifestyle change that we're doing. Helps kind of cleanse some of those toxins out of the body. So anyway, in the process, we educate you about sugar and all the different things that it does to your body, the difference between organic and GMOs. We cut out processed foods. We educate you about the toxins that are in your personal care and your cleaning products at home.
Wow.
We talk about Candida. A lot of people have no idea what Candida even is. And so what is it? Do I have it? And then how do I get rid of it
And
if
so
I do
many
have
people
it?
have it.
80% of the population. Well,
Yeah.
it's inherently in every one of our bodies. We all need it. The problem is that it's overgrown
from
in
the sugars and a lot of
80%.
other stuff
Yeah.
and things.
Lots of different things that we've done in our life that allow that. They kind of multiply like bunnies is what they're just out of control. So identifying what it is and then learning ways to help get it back under control so that it's the right ratio for our body. So it's a really fun program. We have a secret Facebook group, so only the people that are in the program, the challenge with us, are in there, and we've got daily support. We've got lots of health coaches that communicate back and forth and answer questions. And like I said, we modify recipes. And if someone's getting ready to go out to dinner and it's like maybe it's somebody's birthday, so you're going out to eat, and there's going to be a lot of food that maybe aren't such great choices. We'll help you decide if you're going to this kind of a restaurant, these things on the menu would be really safe things for you so that you can still participate, because it's all about the being together and
not being
sharing and the
isolated and
connection.
punished.
Yes.
Yes.
And not saying, I'm sorry, I can't do that, I'm on a cleanse. The nice thing is so many people have so many food allergies now that it's so easy when you go to a restaurant to just say, even if you're not, you can just say, I'm sorry, I'm allergic to gluten and dairy. What are my options on the menu? They all have options now. 10 years ago, that wasn't so easy, but now everybody's
true.
really aware of it. And so you can just say that and so it makes it really super easy. And they tell you what the alternatives are, and they always have amazing things that you can choose from.
That you might not, and it's fun. You might even find
And they're
something
not on the
that you
menu.
wouldn't have liked, that you didn't think
Absolutely.
I would never order that, and thought, wow, I really like this.
And it's funny, I actually carry around, there's a particular seasoning that is my favorite. So one of the things that we do in this program is we give you a shopping list of what some of my favorites are. And so I carry around a little shaker bottle with this particular seasoning in that I love. So then when I go to a restaurant, I can ask them to have no seasonings, because I don't know whether they're using MSG. I don't know if their spices have sugar in it, because it's amazing when you go look, like
many
a bottle of lemon pepper. If you
Sugar.
look at the back of lemon pepper, many of them have sugar in it. And you think, it's not lemon pepper and sugar, it's lemon pepper. So I just ask for it to be no seasonings, and then I just sprinkle my own on. Amazing.
You're set. And see how neat. That's a beautiful program, though, because you get the support. And I love that someone else has tried it. You know what I mean? Kind of when you pick up a book, sometimes you're not quite like, okay, I'm the guinea pig. But I
Right.
like when someone else has kind of tried a couple things and said, this one didn't work, but I like this. It gives me somewhere to start. And the support, wow, that's amazing. And 9 weeks, they said after, 21 days, you've
Form a new habit.
Yeah, you form a new habit.
Yeah, and so we just walk you through the whole thing, and then after it's over, you can decide what parts you want to add back in, what things you still really like, but you'll feel so good, and when you add something back in, you'll be able to tell whether it agrees with your body or whether it doesn't agree with your body, and maybe that's something that you want to just have in moderation. So it's nice that way. But I did work my way through college in a health food store, and so I've been doing cleanses my whole adult life. I've tried just about every cleanse out there. This is the only one, and we actually utilize doTERRA's products in with it, and we do education on them as well. But these products are the only ones that I have used for over 5 years now. all the other ones, there was always something that just didn't feel right for my body, or maybe the bathroom wasn't close enough. I mean, who wants to do a cleanse where the bathroom isn't close enough and you don't know where the next stop is? Like, that's not fun. So I've tried just about everything out there, and this one truly is so gentle on the body. It's really effective, and so I love that it can be used for so many people, really for everybody. And then you choose what track. So we kind of meet you where you're at and baby step you through the program, or just if you've already experienced cleansing and you're already used to cutting out all the things we cut out, you just dive right in all 8 weeks and cut it all out.
That's great to have a choice too. You know, I'm ready for the baby steps. I'm just stepping into this, or you know, I'm okay. Guide me, and then I'm ready to go cold turkey.
Right.
I'm not messing around.
Right.
And to have the support too, because during these cleanses, when you start to change something in your body, for the average person, I know for me, when I started doing these things, my body was so, I'm going to say, acidic and toxic that, you know, you don't realize a lot of stuff when it's bad for you because you never really have that sense of wellness. But as you start to cut these things out, your body starts to get this sense of wellness now that I could pick up something right away and kind of feel like, oh no, you know, I may want that, but as soon as I pick it up, I feel like my body's going, no. This is kind of what you're going to feel like later if you eat that. So I'm like, okay, you know.
Well,
but
and some of these things have a stranglehold on our body. So when we stop having them, like the caffeine in the coffee, sometimes we can get headaches, or we can get really grumpy and irritable. And so one of the things that I love is that, now I'm not a coffee drinker. I've never liked the taste of it. I've never liked the smell of it, but my dad was a coffee drinker. But I know what the symptoms are that people can experience
you
when
get
they're
really bad
detoxing
headaches
from
and cranky.
So we have solutions to help you with all of that as well. So we don't just say, okay, look, you're going to have a really awful headache for 3 days. Suck it up.
Drink lots of water.
Drink lots of water. And suck it up. It's really hard to manage with a headache when, you know, and so we do have tips and tricks that help you know, baby step you all the way through the whole process. And
not only is it going to make it easier for you, it's going to make it easier for your family that has to live with you while you're making these changes.
Well,
what's beautiful is when you start to shift, I notice you become that invitation because you start doing things different, or have a different energy level, that your family's just like, so what is it you're doing now? What is that?
Well, and the recipes that we use can all be used with your family too. And so one of the things that I do, I during one of the weeks we cut out dairy. And so, but my kids love cheese. And so what I'll do is I will make my steamed broccoli and I'll pull mine out, and then I'll take theirs back, and I'll either put like brewer's yeast or cheese. Sometimes I like brewer's yeast because you can have it and they don't know that they didn't get cheese because it's got this nice cheesy flavor and it's healthy for you. But I can just put some cheese on it and stick it back in the broiler for 2 minutes, and then they've got cheesy broccoli and I don't. And it's super
Simple.
easy, but it's healthy, and all the other things that we're eating are all whole foods that taste amazing. So it's not a situation where my kids are like, oh my gosh, mom's on one of her things again.
Great broccoli,
You know,
no cheese for a week.
Right. So so they all kind of learn to go through the process, and there's lots of videos that we do, and I show them to my kids. When I was first putting this program together, I would have my kids watch these videos because I wanted them to learn just like we were, or just like the people that are going through the program were, because when you can get your kids on board too, it makes it a lot easier. So
I think I'm even going to try it out, and then maybe I'll like post and keep up and let you guys know what's going on.
yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd love to have you.
Some amazing tips like that. And I know, like I said, the emotion ones, because, you know, it is that wholeness. It's the mind, the body. We just spent a bunch of time talking about the body. And energetic wise, you know, that allows your body to have so much energy.
Absolutely.
So many people are chronically fatigued nowadays, and we don't know why, and a lot of time it is nutrition, a lot of time it's emotional.
Yes.
And just having that different sense of wellness to detox a little bit, whether, you know, through nutrition, through, you know, our different mindset, our intentions, really starts to create so much more ease in our life.
Absolutely.
And when things start to shift, you almost think, wow, could it be that easy? I had a client the other day come in for a session, and we shifted a bunch of things, you know, that she had been carrying from childhood and things like that. And when I was able to clear the energies from her and show her ways that she could do that, you know, she literally just cried at the end of the session and said, wow, I have never experienced so much love and gratitude coming through from my body right now, just to be that connected, because I think so many of us live our life from here. This is the control hub and the center, and we forget about the rest, and this is like our best friend.
Yeah.
And if we take time to say hi body, you know, and tap into what can raise that body's, you know, bring back harmony. bring back harmony.
And self-care, I think
Is so
as
huge.
powerful women, I mean, we're powerful women and we're changing the world. And sometimes we forget that we have to take care of ourselves.
We're givers.
Yeah, and you can't truly help other people in the deepest way possible if you're not nurturing yourself. If your cup is empty, you have to give from an overflowing cup. And so that's so true. And a lot of times when we're holding on to weight that we just can't release, a lot of times it's those emotional things that we just haven't let go of, and our body is protecting us. And so when we can, have an energy session like that and feel that deep love for yourself and feel some of these emotions that have maybe been stuffed so deep that we don't know where they came from or why they're there, when we can kind of release those, or kind of, I like to call it like an artichoke, and we're just kind of peeling back the leaves of those artichokes because that yummy heart is right in the middle.
Yes.
When we can kind of keep peeling back those leaves to get to that yummy heart, it's amazing what can happen to our energy and our just our whole well-being.
Everything, our whole well-being, because that's what it is. I think in this reality we spend so much time being doers that we forget to just be present in that moment. We're so, what do they say, we're so focused on getting there, we stop, we don't enjoy the journey.
Yeah, and the
that
joy is in the journey.
Yes, it is. Stop and take the time to smell the roses, or watch the children play, or feel the the sprinkle of the rain on your face, or and just start to appreciate the little things in life. And self-care is important. There's a lot of us out there that are looking to change the vibration of the planet, and conscious intention to live a life to contribute.
Right.
And when we can balance that with self-care, because in the beginning I didn't know that. I gave till I got to the place where I was exhausted.
We do.
And I still would get up and say, okay, whatever I can do. But it was from that place of exhaustion. Because I always felt like it was selfish for self-care.
Right.
And then I realized, and I had that shift, and I thought, wow, with my intention and my heart that I love to contribute, what is possible for me to give if my cup is full? How much more abundantly can I give and contribute rather than giving from that place of emptiness?
And allowing yourself to receive from others, because I know
That's huge.
Sometimes we're not so good at being good receivers as well. At least I'm speaking for myself.
There's a lot of people out there like that.
And that's something that I am learning. That's part of my journey right now is allowing myself to be a receiver so that I can be a better giver, because if I'm only trying to give and I'm not receiving, I'm blocking somebody else's ability to give.
Yes.
And so if I can look at it that way, that I'm not taking, I'm receiving something that somebody's willingly giving to me, and I'm happy, I am joyful, I'm accepting of those graces, I'm allowing somebody else to feel good. Like, who am I to say, no, you can't give to me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just, it doesn't feel good. And when you look at it that way and realize that when you receive, you're giving somebody else the gift of giving, that it makes the world
And
go
yourself. The energy of receiving is huge. And that is
huge.
true. And I mean, how many times has someone paid you a compliment and you thought, oh, no.
Yeah,
Or
you
thank you
deflect
so
it.
much for doing that. Oh, no. Anybody would have done that.
Or your hair looks great. Oh, no,
no.
it's
No,
windblown,
no.
or
Yeah.
whatever the deflection is.
And if thank you feels awkward for you, try this next time someone reaches out and pays you a kindness or a compliment. Just say, I received that. Because that lets them know that you took what they were willing to give and you received it. Now, what you do with that's up to you, but when we can start to embrace that and play with the energy of receiving, because whenever we block something, we may be blocking something out, but, also the good from coming in. When we say no body, that body includes us. So, let's open up to receiving more. And I mean, to me, that's just such a beautiful thing. It just changes everything. And then people get to contribute in a way that you didn't allow them to before.
And that helps fill up that cup so it is overflowing, and
Yes.
you can give from a place of fullness instead of a place of lack.
Yes, and that's important. That's important for self-care, to give from a place of abundance rather than lack. Because there's so many things we think we're lacking, but when we actually take the time to be present, we realize how many gifts are in our lives.
Absolutely.
How many gifts are in our life. So
Absolutely.
this has been an amazing show. I know we've talked about the essential oils. I want to get some contact info where people can meet you or sign up for the program and things like that.
So I actually have a Zoom class that I'm going to be doing this week and next week. So if you're interested in getting the information on that, you can email me at oilsbyjudy@gmail.com. That's just OILSBYJUDY@gmail.com. And then same thing for the 9 Weeks to a Better Body Within. The next program starts on Monday, February 13th. So that's the second Monday in February. But registration closes the first Monday in February. So I think that's the 6th of February. So if you're interested in getting registered for that or how that program works, you're certainly welcome to email me at oilsbyjudy@gmail.com, or you can reach out to me on my Facebook page. It's just A Better Body Within. And I know Manette will collaborate on a couple of things, and
Yeah, and keep you updated on different classes or make and takes or different, tips for consciousness and wellness, and to start to be more present in your life and live the life with the intentions, that you can be that contribution to help fill your cup, or when you're ready to choose you and that energy of receiving. I know for me too, you can find me at internalenergies.com. I do a lot of sessions too through Skype and things like that, which is neat because I have a new program coming up. But I usually only work with like maybe 5 clients at a time because, it's big shifts sometimes because it's stuff they've been carrying their whole life and things like that. So if you're looking for any type of energy shift or energy work to clear whatever it is you've been carrying, or just let your body let it go and start to make different choices, conscious choices for you to start to choose from a place of contribution, you can find me at internalenergies.com. And like I said, the Facebook's going to be coming up. So I'm looking forward to the next show. Should be maybe like a Facebook Live type thing. So I'm very excited about that. How's it get any better than that?
how does it get any better?
And if not, like I said, look into things that are around you now. You maybe where it's flowers or children playing or the rain, whatever resonates with you, to start to make a choice to just think, I'm ready for something different. I'm ready for something different. What would it take for me to find something that contributes to me filling my cup? So I want to say thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a wonderful, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. I always enjoy our time together.
Me too. And so if you have any other questions, like I said, internalenergies.com, or if you're looking, Oils by Judy
At gmail.com.
but at gmail.com to find out more about her program. So thank you so much and have a wonderful time.
Thank you.